Welcome back. Joining us from New York City are Doctors Michael Roizen and Michael Crupain, the authors of the new groundbreaking book, What to Eat When. Dr. Roizen is the Chief Wellness Officer at the Cleveland Clinic and Chief Medical Consultant for the Dr. Oz Show. And Dr. Crupain is the Medical Director of the Dr. Oz Show. Thank you both for taking the time to join us.
Great to be here, Eraldo.
My first question to you guys, you call your approach the no diet diet. What does that mean?
Well, diets are all about counting calories, limiting what you can eat, eventually probably not following it and falling off and feeling bad about yourself.
And they're about denial, and this isn't about denial.
Yeah, this is not really a diet. This is a lifestyle. This is about changing when you eat and eating foods that you love.
So the point is that you really can hack your metabolism to maximize your health and weight loss by eating more early, less later. What we call eating with that guy, the sun. So eat only when the sun is up. We're supposed to be up from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
How does the clock play a role in what we eat?
So most of the time we think about what's on our plate and not what's on the clock. But the new science that we've written about in the book is talking about how when we eat is just as important as what we eat. And it all has to do with our circadian rhythm. And our circadian rhythm is our body's clock. And the main job of the circadian rhythm is to get your body ready to do the right thing at the right time. And one of those is eating. And so it sets your metabolism, and your metabolism actually changes throughout the day. So when you align what you eat with when you eat it, you can really maximize weight loss, feel more energy, sleep better, and just overall be more healthy.
And in fact, Eraldo, the people who've changed on this tell us the greatest change is two things. One, they feel more energy immediately. And second, within 3 days, they stop being hungry at night and they don't want to snack at night. So the key is eating a bigger breakfast, we call it dinner for breakfast, and eating a smaller, like a salad, for dinner.
What are most of us doing wrong that can easily be changed with your approach? What are some of your simplest tricks?
Sure, there's a really great JAMA study that came out that talked about the foods that we are not getting enough of. We usually talk about things we're eating too much of. So we're not getting enough nuts and seeds, which are really good for us.
Or healthy fats.
We're definitely not getting enough whole grains, like pasta, whole grain pastas, whole grain breads.
And we're not getting enough lean protein like this salmon. Although salmon's thought of as a fatty food, it really has lean protein for you.
And we're definitely not getting enough fruits and vegetables. And when you're eating the Wen way, you can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you want. You get unlimited vegetables.
So one of the keys, as I said, is to eat that small salad, but that has a lot of fruits and vegetables and healthy nuts and seeds in it, plus some healthy fat. We use olive oil and balsamic vinegar for the dressing. And of course, as dessert, you can have another healthy fat, chocolate, and some wine.
You talk about the 5 foods we probably aren't eating but should be. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
That's right. It's a great dessert, if you will. But for breakfast, you want to have your biggest meal. So you can cook dinner at dinner time, put it in the refrigerator, and have, for example, this whole grain pasta, which is Mike's favorite, or my favorite, the salmon burgers for breakfast.
Yeah, I love to cook, so I like to make dinner and then eat it for breakfast, as Mike said. And pasta is one of my favorite foods. And if you cook pasta at night and you let it cool, that starch that's in there that would normally be sugar, it turns into something called resistant starch. And resistant starch acts more like fiber in your body than like sugar, so it's a lot better for you.
What does sunlight have to do with your eating plan?
The plan basically works by getting you to change gradually over time, because your circadian rhythm needs to have a little time to catch up with you, and your whole body needs to adjust. So as Mike was saying, a lot of people experience think that they're going to be hungry at night, but then when they actually do this, they find they're not hungry. So by changing what you eat a little bit at a time, you adjust.
And meaning that you can cook dinner and divide your plate into quarters, and the first night take 1/4 and put it for breakfast. After a couple more nights, you take the second quarter, or you've taken half of the dish and moved it to breakfast. And by doing that gradually, you end up, one, not being hungry, and it really is easy to do. I've done it both ways. The other way, of course, is to do it suddenly. You have to go through 3 days of hunger at night that way, but after you do it, 3 days later, you don't feel hungry at night.
And what I think is really great about the plan is we made it 31 days, but you can do it at your own pace. That's sort of our philosophy is you have to make things work for your life, and you have to love what you're doing and love what you're eating. So if you find that you need a couple more days, that's okay. And the other thing is the circadian rhythm we talked about is set by the sun, as Mike mentioned. And so if you mess up one day, you can always start again the next day when the sun rises again.
And how does the 31-day plan of action work?
Well, Mike's favorite food is salmon. So salmon for breakfast might sound weird, but remember, we want you to eat your dinner for breakfast because if you're making your biggest meals of the day, breakfast and lunch, you have to eat real food, not sort of cereal and pastries.
We didn't mention snacks, so I have either a roasted chickpea, or my favorite actually is walnuts. And actually, Mike likes them plain. I like them toasted, 9 to 12 minutes at 275 degrees in a toaster oven, and they come out really buttery. I think we've mentioned most of the other foods, other than avocado is a great choice of food to add to your salad, or even as a breakfast on avocado toast.
Okay, guys, thank you, doctors, for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Eraldo.
Still ahead, we have a guest that will touch your heart with her amazing story and her remarkable charity, Sky High for Kids. We will be right back.